Yeah, I think it's been a fantastic first half, to be honest, in terms of provoking what we wanted, especially in possession today. We knew where the advantages were. I think we've been combining pretty good how to progress inside, sometimes also outside with Kate and Gabby, and then obviously we've been making a lot of runs with Rose today and Monday, exploring the height. And combining that, I think we had great chances to score more than one goal, to be honest. I think we deserve a little bit more. And then after conceding the goal, it's not easy because it seems like you were doing a good job and then you just go to halftime with 1-1, no? And it means like, it seems already like something is bad. But I was pretty confident because I think we've done a good job. And second half, you need to keep pushing. I feel like obviously physically we know that we are not all the teams now after the break. We are not in our best spot as possible, but making the game long as we did and just insisting, we knew that we will have chances until the end. Again, I think part of our identity was like, okay, being aggressive, bringing that energy also, that connection with the fans, but at the same time, be able to have that patience, to especially keeping the ball, moving them until you find the right moment to attack.
Obviously, Trinity's goal it's a big goal to get the win, especially with the previous record at home being you've had some points slip away. And then also on top of that is her return, having that marked with a goal. So I was wondering if you could tell us a little about the emotional side of the impact of the goal.
Yeah, it was great, to be honest, to see her again playing, especially at home, with the connections that we have with our fans. I think was fantastic. And, she had, I think, an amazing goal. So I'm so happy for her. Not just obviously the goal, but just the fact that she's able to play, to compete. She's been training good, and obviously for us is a huge piece in our team, and it's always nice to see players be able to compete, after an injury.
Luis, right here.
Coach, felicidades por los 3 puntos. Me corrige, no sé si es tu primera victoria como head coach esta temporada. Quiero preguntarte que me hables sobre la estrategia del partido. Vi que por momentos de la primera mitad explotaste mucho la banda derecha con Kwasi, que fue lo que le permitió el gol y varios chances. Habla un poquito de la estrategia del partido esta tarde.
Gracias. Sí, bueno, al final sabíamos que con la estructura que tendríamos en ataque, con esa salida de 3 centrales más Hal ahí un poquito en base, nos permitía estar bien compensadas y sobre todo tener ventajas por fuera. Yo creo que tanto con Kate como con Gaby, ajustando su altura, generaba dudas a sus laterales. Por derecha, Reyes muchas veces no sabía si saltar o quedarse. En el momento que Reyes saltaba sabíamos que teníamos la ventaja con Rose atacando su espalda y creo que eso nos ha dado mucha ventaja, ¿no? Entonces, bueno, era un poco provocar eso en el rival. Ya te digo, la idea es intentar saber identificar siempre por dónde progresar. Unas veces es por dentro, otras veces por fuera y otras veces es atacando la profundidad, como bien hemos hecho hoy, sobre todo con Rose y con Gift.
¿Qué tan difícil es volver a caer en ritmo después de un parón, verdad? Y también recuperando a las jugadoras que jugaron sus torneos internacionales.
Pues no es fácil, la verdad, porque siempre cuesta volver a arrancar un poquito y coger esa dinámica. También las circunstancias de no haber podido estar todas desde el principio también es un factor a tener en cuenta, porque al final había muchas jugadoras internacionales, luego también otras jugadoras necesitaban ese descanso y hemos priorizado sobre todo ese descanso para volver a tener pues, a las jugadoras evidentemente en una mejor disponibilidad. Y prácticamente juntas hemos estado una semana y poco tiempo, pero bueno, la verdad que muy contento porque el equipo creo que ha competido muy bien hoy y hemos empezado a ver esa identidad que queremos tener de cara a la segunda mitad.
Felicidades y que te recuperes pronto.
Muchas gracias.
Jose.
Adrián, first off, congratulations on the result. How big is it to start this half of the season with a win? You mentioned how big is it to play in front of the crowd, but after the first half, you guys struggled at home. This is the first time you guys have had consecutive victories at home. How big is it to start this half of the season with a win?
It's huge in terms of confidence, but if I'm honest, I don't like just thinking about the result. I'm more I'm happier because of what we've done. Obviously, we always want to win, but I think what we've seen today in terms of behaviors in and out of possession, I'm very happy again, because I was saying that we haven't had the time enough to be all together for a long time. So in a short period of time, we've tried to just reproduce what we wanted in and out of possession. Players are understanding the things really, really good. I feel like right now, after 1 year and a half, we've built that base, and now it's easy to interact. We are adjusting, the new players also. I feel like the interactions are now much better. And I feel like the game plan, they just executed that perfectly, and we had huge chances to have a better win, if I can say like that. It seems like we just suffer a little bit until the end. I don't know why, but I'm proud of what we've done today, both in and out of possession.
And just a quick follow-up, how you have Rosemont, you have Giff, and now you got Trin, you have Croy, you have additions coming in. How's the competition like for the forwards? And for you as a coach, how much easier is it that you can bring in all these other players and allow Trin to slowly recover and get back into 100%?
Well, I feel grateful to have the players that we have, because you have the chances to be very dynamic, very versatile. We are trying to provoke that as a team. Every player is important. Every player has chances to start. Today, I think players coming from the bench, they've been game changers, to be honest. McKenna, Heather, obviously Courtney, she did a good job today playing outside as a wingback, and she hasn't played there. And then obviously Trin. So we are trying to build that, because we know the second part of the season, we're going to have a lot of games, and we need to make rotations. We need to have the ability to play in different positions, to make different lineups. So I'm really happy because we are having that, and players are understanding that, and I feel like the performance has been great. Yeah.
Buenas tardes, Adrián. Felicitaciones por la victoria. Quiero preguntar, hablaste un poco de la importancia de las jugadores que vienen de la banca, en particular Courtney y Trinity, que se conectaron por el gol. ¿Qué es la importancia de tener jugadoras en la banca que vengan a hacer una diferencia durante los partidos, en particular partidos difíciles como este?
Bueno, es vital. Al final yo creo que un equipo se basa en 25 o 26 jugadoras. Nosotros tenemos una plantilla, por suerte, larga, y siempre digo lo mismo. Lo vemos en esta liga, que los partidos se suelen decidir en los últimos 10, 15 minutos, 20, y es importantísimo que la jugadora esté preparada para sumar, para aportar al equipo, sin sentirse inferior o menos valiosa porque a lo mejor sale en la segunda parte. Al contrario, para mí tiene un gran impacto y una gran importancia las jugadoras que nos ayudan en esos últimos minutos, porque normalmente es cuando los partidos se suelen romper más, hay más distancias, más espacios, y nosotros en este caso estamos teniendo muchísimas oportunidades en esos últimos minutos. Por lo tanto, creo que va a ser clave que entendamos eso como equipo y que toda jugadora se sienta importante y tenga la capacidad de sumar, independientemente de si empieza en la primera parte o en la segunda.
Otra vez la afición se convirtió en ese 12º jugador. ¿Qué es la importancia de tener el apoyo de los aficionados durante estos partidos?
Es increíble. La verdad que lo que estamos consiguiendo todos y todas en Audi es mágico. Estamos trabajando también para generar una conexión mayor con los fans. El otro día incluso tuvimos una dinámica con ellos vinieron a ver nuestros entrenos, personas que representaban diferentes grupos de animación, y estamos construyendo con ellos esa conexión que creo que nos está dando un aspecto diferencial al resto de clubes. somos conscientes de lo que generamos aquí en casa, en Audi, y para nosotros nuestra afición es clave.
Gracias.
Go to Jake in the back.
Coach, congratulations. You said coming in, obviously, you guys were going to have a plan with Trinity and how you were going to bring her back to play. How much did that plan change as the match went on? And was this initial plan to bring her in this late or sub her in the second half?
Yeah, the plan was that. She couldn't play more than 15 minutes because we are just trying to be smart with her. Obviously, she's been training and she has no pain, but we want to build that, doing a good progression and also being very close, with her, having good feedback, good communication to see how she is feeling every day, and that's gonna be important. And 15 minutes, and we just seen the impact that she had. I'm really happy for her, and again, we need to keep building that, but obviously, step by step, and try to have a good communication to see where she's at every day.
Did you know it would lead to a big spark seeing her get subbed in? Obviously, the crowd just went absolutely nuts. Was that the extra spark that this team needed to find that goal late in this match?
Well, that was obviously an extra push. We know the fans, they've been waiting for her, obviously, and she has a great connection also with the fans. But again, I think not just her. We had a lot of chances in the first half, and then second half we were pushing, we were doing a great job. And all together as a team, I feel like what we are creating here, it's huge, building that connection with our fans. We have a team very diverse, and I think that represents also DC, to be honest. And I feel like people, when they come to Audi, they feel like, okay, this is my team. I feel a really good connection with them, and as a team we feel a really good connection with them because it seems like we are just breathing together, and competing together. Anytime that we have some adversities, they are there and they are just pushing us, so that's amazing.
Go second row. Take three more.
Hey, congratulations on the win today. I wanted to ask about the formation a little bit. It seemed though, we were doing 5 in the back and the wingbacks were kind of coming forward a bit more, but there weren't really true out-and-out wingers. Kouassi was playing a little bit more up top, but drifting off, and same with Gift. Is that going to change as Rodman starts to come back, as Kentore gets into the lineup and stuff, or is this kind of a lineup that's going to be going forward?
Good question. To be honest, I don't believe in formations. I'm gonna try to explain it. Obviously, we have a shape, but as the ball just starts moving, you see that shape is gonna change. So sometimes we are gonna build up with 2, with 3, with 4. We're gonna have one player inside, like today, Hal. Sometimes we are gonna have 2. Today we play with 2 forwards, with wingbacks. Obviously, we wanna have some consistency, but I feel that one of our strengths as a team is that versatility. So we can use different shapes, and I want to provoke that. So it's not going to change if Trin or other players are available. We have, I feel like, huge advantage as a team because players can play in different spaces. We started building that from the beginning when I first came here. So I don't talk about positions. We talk about spaces. We identify spaces and we want to occupy some spaces in possession and out of possession. So that is changing during the game, and you can see, you will see in the future players occupying different spaces. So according to the game plan that we have, we can adjust it, but we are going to modify the formation during the games.
And we also saw, Kate come back into the starting lineup after just playing a few minutes in the last game last month. And then Paige is off of the injury list. Are we going to be seeing Paige and Sophia soon in the lineups and playing the games and getting minutes under the belt?
So happy for Kate because she's been dealing with a lot of injuries in the past and she's doing really good. It wasn't easy today, and I feel like today she's done a great job, both in possession and out of possession. She's been out for a while and it wasn't easy. Pages will be clear next week, so we are expecting her to have some minutes against Gotham. That's so positive again. And Sofia will be also ready next week, so I'm so excited.
Adrián, felicitaciones.
Gracias.
Yo no lo puedo creer que hayas estado interino. Todos hemos tenido aquí la oportunidad de hacerte entrevistas. Asistente, ahora eres el entrenador del equipo, vienes con esta victoria. Ay, a propósito, hasta ya tengo la camiseta. By the way, mira.
Bien.
¿Y qué te sientes? Bueno, tengo 3 preguntas. ¿Qué te sientes tener que tengamos esta camiseta que representa que tengamos esta camiseta que es tu historia aquí en Washington Spirit y que tengamos el privilegio de tenerte y que vienes a hacer historia en este 2025?
Wow. Gracias. Thank you. No pressure, huh? Best shirt in the market for sure. Spanish, sorry. Yeah, mucho orgullo, la verdad. Al final, después de 1 año y medio, tener la oportunidad ahora de liderar al equipo es un privilegio. Lo dije en la rueda de prensa. Fui muy honesto y es lo que siento, que estoy donde quiero estar. Por suerte tengo la oportunidad de liderar el equipo ahora y para mí pues es un orgullo porque me siento como en casa, evidentemente, después de 1 año y medio. Tengo un feeling muy bueno tanto con jugadoras como con staff. Creo que hemos construido algo muy bonito y todavía nos queda mucho por construir. Entonces, bueno, ver un poco esa evolución implica diferentes etapas, ¿no? Si te soy sincero, la primera etapa como interino me sentía head coach también y al final era lo mismo. Pero bueno, contento de haber aprendido también del rol de asistente. He tenido el privilegio de trabajar también con Jonah y eso también me ha dado mucha experiencia de observar y verlo también cómo él entrenaba, cómo competía. He cogido muchas cosas de él y a partir de ahí, pues bueno, ahora tener la oportunidad de volver a crear aquello en lo que yo siento, pues mucho orgullo.
Cuéntame qué te pasó en tu pie. El año pasado había sido el pie derecho y esta vez es el pie izquierdo. ¿Podemos saber qué fue lo que pasó?
Lo mismo, Aquiles. Me rompí el Aquiles. Yeah, I just tore my Achilles again. We're good. I mean, another one. Easy. Yeah. Yeah. El Aquiles, sí. Tuve una operación hace 2 semanas y nada, y otra vez por el mismo proceso. Eso.
Te vimos con la misma energía, hablándole a las chicas cuando estaban en el segundo parcial del partido. ¿Qué fue eso que tú les dijiste para que Trinity Rodman llegara a hacer este tremendo gol? ¿Y qué opinas de ese pase de Croy Bethune?
Bueno, al final que evidentemente nosotras sabemos que los últimos minutos aquí en Audi siempre son pues, muy intensos y hay muchísimas emociones. Estábamos intentando evidentemente tener una energía alta, ¿no? Sobre todo de seguir jugando en su campo, de meter balones en el área porque sabíamos que estamos haciendo daño, sobre todo por fuera. Con Trin evidentemente también atacando la espalda y tener la paciencia suficiente como para estar tranquilas e intentar tener posesiones largas para moverlas porque al final ellas también estaban muy cansadas y seguir insistiendo, al final seguir creyendo hasta el final. Creo que es algo que nos define como equipo, parte de nuestra identidad y bueno, seguir creyendo porque al final siempre pues bueno, sabemos que tenemos alguna ocasión y hoy por suerte hemos podido marcar el gol y llevarnos 3 puntos.
All right. We'll take one more in the back.
Hey, Adrian, Dan Lauletta from The Equalizer. What did you think of Croy's game today, and is she back at a point where you don't have to monitor her minutes necessarily?
Yeah, she's fully ready to play 90, and I think with her now it's just a matter of time to give her that time just to, you know, keep getting minutes, games, exposures. I feel like she's finding her game now. Receiving inside, assisting, playing short passes with her, Rumi. So we need to be patient with her because it's not easy coming from a long injury, to perform as you were doing before. But she's a competitor and she's training very good, and also she likes this type of games, and I feel like she's getting her game again back. She will be fine.
Yeah, I think I'd kind of been floating on the back post anytime we were kind of getting in the final third. We had been working on the kind of float back post cross and training all week. We didn't have the runners today for the most part, and we had talked about that at halftime, so I guess I was just kind of waiting to see, but as soon as it was going towards Croy, I knew she was going to have some type of cheeky touch, and I was not going to miss it. I mean, I was going to hit it through the net before anything, so yeah, I was definitely ready for it, but Croy had a great touch. Set me up perfect.
I do want to ask kind of about, I guess it's two different like emotional spikes in like 15 minutes real time. Like coming in is a big one, scoring the goal is a big one. What are you thinking? How are you like processing it? Have you even had time to process today?
I mean, I've been crying. I just think, it was a big moment. There was a lot of tears of like going through the injury, and then just a lot of unknowns. So being back and like knowing that I'm back for real and that the problem's like fixed, and now I can just be back and work on the things I need to and kind of just get my groove back. May have looked like it was back, but there's still a lot of things I need to work on. So a lot of emotions for me. I have such an amazing team, and the way that they came around me during that moment was amazing. The work that they put in while I was gone, like I have so much respect and trust in them, and they trust me. So I'm just, very happy, and that's kind of the word, just happy to be back.
Hi, Trinity. Josephine with the Southwester. So your break and your return from break coincides with the return from break for the Spirit more generally, as well as just the season halfway point. Also coincides with the new coach, some additions to the roster, some changes to the roster. So I guess I'm just curious, like your return, how much does this feel like a fresh start versus the long-awaited homecoming?
I don't know if it feels like a fresh start. I mean, I think obviously the timing is good. I didn't have to kind of come in the flow of like those games, so in that sense it is. But I think for me, I'm still very much so like trying to get used to being back in with the team, because I did a lot of work by myself, but I didn't have other people playing against me, so there was only so much I can do. So there's still moments in training where I'm like, okay, like this I've missed, like this I need to get used to again, and I'm really happy that I got those minutes today. Not obviously the goal was amazing, but just to get that exposure, because even when I was in, I felt there were moments where I was kind of questioning, like, oh shoot, do I go, do I not? And that wasn't me before I had left. So I think with those things, for sure, I need to get back into the groove of, for sure.
And you talked about it a little bit, the support from your teammates. We've seen you show a lot of amazing relationships and support for your teammates. We've seen you dance with Lacey. We've seen you be a paparazzi for Hatch. In that moment after your goal, it looks like the whole team collapsed on you. Aubrey was
there fast.
What does that mean to you? What does that support mean to you from this team in particular?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I haven't had a bad cultured team. Like I've always felt that support on the Spirit, and every day we get closer, we face challenges, we have players in and out of, so with that we're used to kind of welcoming players back into the environment a lot, and just being super happy for everybody. Like we were all on our couch watching Lacey yesterday, like screaming when she scored the free kick. Unfortunately she lost, but still, like our team is so together, like in every moment that you wouldn't think. Like we are there for each other, we're texting each other, we're sending videos. So it's a very close group, and it means the world. It made me so happy having them all around me, because I was a mess in that moment. It's been like the hardest thing is processing that, going from Olympics to then kind of coming back, not really having a break, kind of flying in the league after the Olympics, and then injuring myself, and then kind of being in and out, minutes restricted, and then off season, and then out and in, and I don't know. So I think, there was a lot of uncertainty for me, and me being the player that I am, I was trying to push through something that I shouldn't have. So the past year has been a very big learning experience for me. There's a lot of moments where I feel like I'm making the right decision and I'm mature, but at the same time, there are moments where I'm like, okay, I'm still 23 and I'm making mistakes and I'm being a stupid little kid. And I think I sometimes treated my injury as like the little kid who just wanted to get on the field and play. So yeah, there was a lot of moments through that journey where I was just feeling very defeated and I was just going through the motions and hiding it from everybody else. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Next. So yeah, I just think stepping away was a great thing for me and getting my mind and physical right. I think being in pain can really make your mind turn on you. Like functioning in pain is the worst thing ever. And I've never had to do that. So I learned a lot. I'm really happy to be where I'm at right now and hopefully like utilize the things that I'd learned and be able to translate that into the way that I want to, the new player that I am coming back.
And then just thinking about this moment versus some of that time while you were away and thinking about like, you know, what the return might look like. How much does this match up with what you were visualizing the return as looking like when you were taking your time away?
Yeah, I honestly wasn't really thinking about the moment that I would return. I was taking it day by day, trying to stay very present because I didn't have a timeline, and I made that very clear. I didn't want to give the coaches a timeline because if it was longer or if it was shorter, I didn't want them to have false hope. So it was day at a time. Nice jersey, bro. What was I saying? Yeah, and I just feel like coming back, I didn't have like an idea of like that happening, but it was funny. I was talking to Ule yesterday. We were talking about being back, and we rode together to the game today. Super excited, and I was like, it would be really cool if I came in 15 minutes and scored. And she was like, you don't say it's really cool. You say, I do, and I do. And I was like, okay, I do, and I do. And I did, so thank you, Ule Sar.
All right, we're now
We're doing a lot better at managing it this time, being slower, thinking long-term, not short-term. I want to play. The team wants me to play. Fans want to see me play. But I think, again, learning from my mistakes, the team and staff learning from the mistakes that we had made. So we're going to ease into it just so I can be healthy for the playoffs because that's important. We want to make that. But I feel good. That would be problematic if I didn't. It wasn't that long. So, yeah, I feel great, as normal as I can be in this moment. So, yeah, I'm happy.
Free.
I think I was too nervous to think about anything. But, yeah, like I had said before, I think coming back into it, I'm still going to be aggressive. I'm still going to work my butt off on the field. But, again, it's being smarter about certain tackles I go into, certain ways that I move my body, if it's worth putting my body on the line or not. So I think, yeah, just being smart with it. And today I didn't feel hesitant to any challenge or anything like that, but I didn't have that many opportunities to have a lot of physicality. So I guess we'll get that exposure moving forward.
And Esme, your first question here, I got to ask the video you received from Trevor Lawrence. A, what was that moment like? And B, did it feel better than the win today?
I don't know what the correct response is to that question, to be honest, but yeah, I was buzzing. It was such a surprise. Like, Sandy came in saying I had a present from the Jags and whipped out a cake, and I was happy enough with that, to be honest. And then I saw there was a QR code on it, and yeah, Trevor's face popped up wishing me well for winning the Euro, so I couldn't believe it, to be honest. I was absolutely thrilled and sent it to all my family, and they were like, whoa. Everyone in the team knows what a big Jags fan I am and a big Trevor fan, so yeah, everyone was very excited for me too, which was very sweet.
Yeah, I think it's huge. Like I said, I don't think that you have to become a robot to be the best player that you can be. I think it's very important to be treated like a normal human, to have your off-the-field moments. I think even me posting, I caught myself sometimes posting to prove to everybody that I was doing it, and I would take a step back and be like, why? Why do I even need to do that? So, yeah, I think it's huge. I think a lot of times there's a lot of pressure that if you're doing certain things, it's kind of like, oh, why isn't she with the team? Why isn't she watching film instead of watching Ben? And it's just all these comments. It's just kind of like, okay, what are you guys doing? You guys are sitting on the couch hanging out, or you're with your significant others doing that stuff. And I just feel like it just needs to be more normalized with athletes because we're people too, and we like to enjoy our lives off the field because there's enough pressure on the field. So yeah, I'm a big advocate for that for sure.
Thanks. And Esme, obviously congrats on the Euros win. I just wanted to talk about that for a second. How big was that moment of going into the semifinals and starting that game, going 120 minutes, and now you're back here, you're playing, in front of Rowdy Audi. What's kind of like the differences and the similarities that you see between England camp and back here at Spirit?
Well, late comeback seems to be a common theme in my footballing life recently. I was so thrilled with the Euros win. Like, it was a joy to be able to get on the field in the semi. Kind of been training really hard the whole time and felt prepared going into it. So then to get that opportunity and be able to contribute to us getting the final was really, really fun. And then, actually winning the Euros was just surreal. I don't even know if it's properly sunk in yet, but I've just been on such a high the last few days. So I was so excited to come to Audi because I think when you win once, it just gives you such a hunger to want to win again. So I'm absolutely desperate for us to bring the championship home this year. And I think winning the Euros has given me that extra drive to want to do that because it's just such an addictive feeling getting to win with people you love, all your mates who you're so close to. So, really special. And thankfully, we managed to pull through again today.
Thank you. Get the mic to this side, second row. We'll take one more for Trinity, then I'm going to let her go.
Sorry, Trin, I'll close this
No,
chapter
all
out. But the
It's been a while.
last time you were here, the last time you were here at Audi Field, things were different, and you spoke about uncertainty and not sure what the future would hold. And now here you are. What do you think you've learned most about yourself as a player and a person in this past few months? And how do you kind of think about the next version of Trin or the next version of Trinity Rodman?
I think the biggest takeaway for me is prioritizing my well-being. I think for all of us, going off of that question of just being treated like humans, I think you get sucked into it and you forget sometimes that whoa, I need to take a step back and make my own decision and do something for myself. And especially in a team environment, you kind of allow the coaches and the higher ups to be like, this is your fate, do it. And I think sometimes we need to be better about sitting down with them and saying, here, this is what I need for myself, but also to set the team up for success later on. And that was a very hard decision for me to make. And thankfully, the team fully supported me in it. I talked to all of them just saying, hey, I've made this decision. You guys know that I've been going through it for a while. I had a lot of cry sessions with them in the locker room, so, they weren't surprised. But again, if I didn't have a team like them, I wouldn't have been able to make that decision because I would be too scared. So I'm just, very happy that I had made that decision, and I'm better about prioritizing myself and having a voice in that as well.
Thanks.
Thanks, Trin.
Thank
You're
you.
good.
Thank you.
Bye, Trin.
Have fun.
All right, questions for Esme?
I'll throw in one question for me too. What did you see on that game-winning goal, and just take us through what you saw from your perspective and then how the team sort of reacted?
Yeah, I think Courts did amazingly down that left-hand side to sort of make a tackle and win the ball back and put in a great delivery. And I was just thinking, someone please get on the end of it. And then I saw it land at Trin's feet, and I just saw her line up to hit it as hard as she possibly could. And I was thinking, please get it on target. What a finish. She did amazingly. And I was a bit concerned, actually, that she'd hurt herself because she just went like this straight away, but I think she was just really emotional. So everyone just ran over to her and were so proud of her. It's not easy when you've been out of the game for so long to be able to be sharp enough and use your strengths to the best of your ability, and she was ready to come in and make a difference and obviously win the game for us. So we're really, really glad that she's back, but there's no pressure on her from us to force herself to do more than she needs to. We're all supportive of whatever she needs in her journey, and obviously playing 15 minutes today was what was planned, and she was ready and made such a great impact in those minutes.
Go behind you.
Jenna from the Equalizer. Hi, Esme. Congratulations
Thank
on the
you.
win today. Congratulations as well on your Euro championship.
Thank you.
you're back here in DC. It was only exactly a week ago in Basel when you and your team were lifting its consecutive Euro championship victory. There are several players that competed in that competition that play here domestically in the league that have elected to take some extra time and perhaps be away from their team immediately following that competition. But for you, you're here. So can you tell us about the importance that you chose to be here with the Spirit immediately after that competition?
Yeah, it was just a conversation had during the tournament with the performance staff from the Spirit, kind of saying, what would your ideal situation be? And I said, I want to come back and play. I want to help the team. Like, we've got important games. We've got a shield that we want to close the gap for and try and compete for, and then the championship beyond. So I just wanted to come straight back and try and help if I could. But I also feel very strongly supported, knowing that had I wanted to have time off, that would have been fine too. So I didn't feel any pressure at all to come back. That was purely my decision, and they were supportive of it and have really been checking in with me this week, how I'm feeling physically, how I feel mentally and everything too. So they've been really monitoring that this is the right thing for me, and I felt comfortable and prepared and really wanted to play today. So yeah, it was a really collaborative effort, but we'll be looking like over the coming months where there's gaps where I can maybe get a couple of extra days here and there to kind of make that time off up. But yeah, I just wanted to come back as soon as possible with the team, really.
Go to Andre in the front.
That was my question, so thank you. But also, Esme, I wanted to ask you, because we just talked to Adrián, and he had a fun answer about formations, that he doesn't believe in them, believes in playing in spaces and positions and things that you do there. For you as a player, being as versatile as you are, on the defensive line, how does that fit, and how do you see that kind of maximizing your skill set as a player?
Yeah, I feel like being able to get the best out of individuals is the most important thing, and the system should be based around that, not being rigid in this is how we want to play and you have to fit the players into that. I always think the best teams function when you allow people to demonstrate their super strengths, and I think I really enjoy playing on the outside of a three. I feel like it gives me space to sort of step in and find passes forward, which is something I'm good at. And then we've got a lot of security with the back three, all really strong defenders. And I feel like it allows our attacking wing backs to really get forward and be involved in the final third and stuff too. So I think it's just allowing people to demonstrate what they do best. And that's how it should be, really. So yeah, lots of fluidity, allowing people to pick up good spaces. I think it also allows Croy to kind of roam free, and she's absolutely getting back to her best. She's excellent, so that's something that really helps us as a team. And then we've got threats with people with lots of pace in behind, so we're always ready to find them as well. So yeah, really enjoy it and feel really trusted to just be able to execute what we're good at.
And I wanted to ask about just, a week ago, the Euros final, very dramatic. This game, very dramatic. I don't know if you're watching the Copa America Femenino, very dramatic.
Yeah.
What's going on with all these dramatic games, and how do you emotionally control, go through the highs and the lows of that, but also stay calm enough to get the result?
Yeah, I think I've kind of got used to it now. Literally all of our games in the knockout stages at the Euros were crazy comebacks, and then like you said, Copa America yesterday was just insane too. But I feel like it just comes from those teams having belief that you're never done. At England, we just kept battling and battling and battling and persisting until the end, and we all believed that we were going to turn any deficit around, and that's how I feel at the Spirit as well. Obviously in the playoffs last year we had similar situations to today, where we had late comebacks, late goals, just battling through to the end, and I feel like that just comes from once you've done it before, there's always a way that you can find to sort of drag out a result from the game. And so yeah, never gave up, always believed there was going to be an opportunity. You only need a second to score, so thankfully Trim was ready to take that opportunity and get us the win. We love playing for Adrián. He's so emotionally intelligent, so passionate, he's got incredible energy, and he really conveys that passion for the game to all of us. Before the game he spoke a lot about sort of connecting with ourselves first. You've got to know yourself to then be able to connect with your teammates. And when the fans see us fighting together on the pitch and battling as one, that spreads that same energy to the crowd. And I just feel like at Audi, we've got such unity between us and the supporters that it feels like it's starting to become a real fortress. And that's something Adrian spoke about. So I really, really enjoy playing for him. He cares so much about us all as individuals. And in that regard, I'd say him and Serena are quite similar, because she's very good at managing players, having conversations about people's role to give them clarity. She says herself that she sees us all as her daughters. So just that care and want for the best for every individual is something that I think the two of them have in common, and I think is an incredible trait for managers to have.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take the last one in the front.
Esme, congratulations for your championship.
Thank you.
Well, Lacey Santos, yesterday, Copa America. It was very difficult to see what happened. And then Marta, again, our archie enemy also, because in the final last year, Orlando Pride against Washington Spirit, you were there. So did you see it as well like that? Like Marta again, and what you can say to Lacey Santos when she's coming back here with the team?
I think, yeah, Marta is one of the greatest female players of all time. We have an incredible amount of respect for what she's done in the game and the ability that she still has, which she demonstrated with that thunderbolt yesterday. Sandy and I were watching it together, and we were just like, no way, because Lacey was obviously just minutes from winning, but then she had her own last minute moment with that incredible free kick, and we were just screaming the building down. We're so proud of her. She's obviously been out injured with the Spirit before the tournament, so for her to go in and be able to just fight for her country, do everyone proud, play 120 minutes in the final and be able to produce a moment of quality like that at the end of it, wow, she's incredible. We love Lacey so much, and we can't wait to have her back once she's ready. But yeah, we're so proud of the fight and the effort that she showed, and we were gutted for her that it didn't quite go their way in the end.
Did you wear in also Colombian's team jersey yesterday?
I don't have one. If I did, I would, but no, I've just not taken this off since I got it, so.